Hey, what's the deal, y'all? It's your boy Big Star. You already know what time it is, man. It's Legends Week. Another classic episode I got got set up for you guys, man. Tonight. It's been a long time coming, man. I've been trying to get with my guy for a minute. Got my man Kevin, Buzz, Forney, Strawberry Mansion legend, man. Went on to play basketball at Duquesne. An amazing story this guy has, man. Once he jumps on, I let him tell his story. But legend, man. Synonymous with the word legend in Philly. His name is a part of the one of the most amazing high school dynamic duos from the Philadelphia area. At one point, Buzz was playing alongside Ronald Flip Murray, man, and from the stories, that I hear from the peers and all the, hoop junkies and all that kind of stuff, man, like, when they were, when they were suited up together, nobody wanted that work from Buzz and Flip, man. So, got my man Cool Buzz 20 on. We about to get it down. Hey, Buzz, if you can see me, send me the request to join, or let me see if I can pull you on the screen somehow. Give me 1 second. Here we go. My guy, the legend.
Hey man, what's going on, bro?
I'm blessed, man. Finally got you in the building, Buzz. The streets been calling for you, big dog. They've been calling for you, man.
That's love, man. Appreciate the love the streets always gave me.
You already know, man. I appreciate you, carving out some time to sit down with the big homie, man, just to kind of go back down memory lane, man. You already know the routine. I'm gonna get right into it. Legends Week, man. I'm just here to, do my part to solidify the legacies of individuals like yourself, man. It was a time where, in the Philly area, all around, man. You mentioned Buzz, you know what I mean? You mentioned Strawberry Mansion, man. It was just like pay homage, you know what I'm saying? Like these was the guys, this is the guy, him and Flip, entertaining the people, entertaining the fans night in and night out, man. Like you one of the guys, for your era that definitely left your mark, man. Paved the way for guys to come. And one thing about your name, about you that always sticks out to me, my god brother Marcus Green, little general from Norristown. Yes, my god brother.
Yeah. All right, yeah, my
Yeah.
guy.
So coming up when Mark was in like middle school and high school, he would always talk about you. Mark would always talk about you. He would always say,
I actually remember going down to the POW when I played at POW. So that's
yeah,
how I actually first got to meet Marcus.
yeah.
And like I said, he was there and thing against us
Listen,
when we went down there.
all he would say was, "Yeah, man, I pattern my game after Buzz. I pattern my game after Buzz." He would say that
Wow.
continuously, man. So
Wow.
that's when I
Wow.
first started to kind of hear about your name, and from there, man, everything, all the stories and everything, definitely add up, man. So just doing my part here on Legends Week, man, just to pay homage to individuals like yourself, so nobody ever forgets about Buzz. You know what I'm saying? Then
Well, I
also
appreciate that, man.
yeah, for the younger generation, just educating the young kids on who you are, your legacy, and just let them know that, hey, this is definitely one of the guys, man, that paved the way. So pay homage whenever y'all see him, man. It's Legends Week, man. That's what we do, man.
Definitely.
All right. Hey, so we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna shoot out 10 random questions to you just to kind of get just to kind of get us warmed up.
Okay.
And I know you're in the car right now, so however you want to do it, if you just want to like sit out and just rock out right here the whole time, or if you want to drive.
Yeah, we can do it right here. Cause I ain't gonna be driving. I mean, I don't want to drive and it's kind of late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got like a 40-minute ride back home, so.
Yeah, so yeah,
I ain't
if it's comfortable for you, I mean, this is perfect. I can hear you.
Yeah,
I
I
can
can just sit
see you.
right here.
Everybody, we
Sit
can just
right
rock
here.
out just like this.
I just got tagged. My fault. I ain't mean to be in. I had the whole setup in the crib, but I had this set up too, and I ain't even know. And boy wouldn't give me my deposit, so.
Nah, we good money, Buzz. I'm on your time, big dog. I'm here with the legends, man.
Appreciate you.
We on God's time, man. It's always perfect, man. All right, so in your era, you graduated what? 90 what?
98, but then I
98.
went to prep school in 99
Gotcha. All right, so your
Christian
era,
Academy.
your era in the Philly area was classic as it relates to hip hop. Major figures, all that kind of stuff. So in your era,
That's
98.
era.
Yeah, who was one of your favorite Philly rappers or groups when you in your high school days?
Oh, hands down, it was Major Figures, Beanie Siegel. That's when the whole state properties came along. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of artists from underground artists. Meek Mill was just coming along, getting started. He was down with Young Bob and all of them. So Joey Jahad, D Jones. I got a chance to, you know what I mean? I was in the mix of all like, you know what I mean?
No
That's why I
doubt, no
said this was
doubt.
the best era. That was one of the best eras that you can ever come up in, man.
Especially
Like
the
honestly.
underground, dealing with Bob and you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff, man. Like that's
All
where it was at
right,
right there, man, for sure.
all right.
What's the most points you ever scored in the game, whether it's summer league, high school, college, anything?
Uh, I think it was a couple games. Me and Flip had a good game. We played against each other in the Murals. He had like 62. I think I had like 60s, 50, 58, 61 of them too. But then out in 33rd, I scored like 70. So Ayo got it on his tape. Ayo had it on his and one mixtape before. That was a classic game. That game, man. Yeah. I
Dang.
first got to meet Earl of Pearl Monroe out there. He
Wow.
came to the game, and that's when I first signed the Duquesne, actually, and he signed the T-shirt for me, man. So,
Wow. Yo, that's a
yep,
classic story right there, Buzz. That's
yep.
legendary, man. Coming up in the 80s, everybody watched wrestling, man. Who's one of your favorite wrestlers back then, man?
Oh, the Ultimate Warrior.
Hands
The
down.
Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hitman Hart, Jake the Snake, just to name a few. Hulk Hogan, you know everybody gonna say Hulk Hogan, but I ain't really like Hulk Hogan because I
Yeah,
always felt like they cheated for him. You know what I mean?
no
So
doubt for sure.
I ain't really like Hulk.
He was the people's champ. He always got a little
Right,
extra little favor,
right,
you know what I'm saying,
right,
from the
right, right.
referees and
Like you
everything.
couldn't, he couldn't hurt. He couldn't beat him. Like whatever you did to him, you he was coming.
Yeah. He started getting all hype.
So
For
I was
sure.
just like, damn, why Hulk never, why he never lost? So I kind of, yeah, he wasn't my man like that.
Got you. Who are some local players that you looked up to that kind of inspired you coming up? You know, basketball players in the Philly area.
Oh man, that's what I'm saying. Like the city is rich with tradition, man. From guys that ain't go to college, from,
Mhm.
and that's why I say I seen Sean Smiths, the Reds, Brian Samuels. I mean, guys in the neighborhood. Um. It's just too many people to name. They know who they is. I mean, up Hank Gavin Center around 23rd Pile, all the people out in the Strawberry Mansion out 33rd. It was a lot of rivals, man. Like, that
No
was
doubt.
college. That felt like college. That felt like the pros. Because it was
Yeah.
battles every night, man. We used to play basketball literally every night after games. I'm coming from 16th Street. I'm going out 33rd. I was playing basketball all day. Like I said, I started playing with Lackey and all them when I was like in the 8th grade, man, with the big boys, Sad, Sean Colson. I mean, Hot Rod. I mean, I'm playing with Cat Mobley. I mean, I'm playing with men already when I was a young boy. So that's where I mostly got the experience from. You know what I mean? Going up against them guys every day, all day.
That's what's up, man. What's one of your favorite foods? If you can go one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Honestly, I can eat peanut butter and jelly.
No doubt. No doubt.
Peanut butter and jelly is my go-to. I eat
No
that all
doubt.
day.
Strawberry, or traditional grape.
Traditional grape
No doubt.
jelly, not the jam. No
I can
jam. I
dig it.
like the jelly.
I can dig it. Um, the Martin series. What's one of your favorite characters that Martin played on Martin?
Oh, he got a lot, man. I like when he was telling one of the joints when he was what's the episode when he was telling how he met Gina when he came out like he was the pimp and all that. That was
Yeah,
that was one of the good episodes.
no
The
doubt.
one with when he the junk man. Man, Mark, that's a classic. That's what I'm saying.
Classic.
Classic era. Them shows don't even come on TV no more like that, bro.
Legendary for sure. What's one of your favorite sports movies? You know, like Blue Chips and all the movies. You know, anything sports
Blue
related. One of your favorite
Chips.
sports movies.
He got game above the rim. Hoosiers. I really like the Hoosiers.
Mm-hmm.
To name a few.
Got you. Of all your ankle breakers and crossovers, what's one that kind of sticks out to you still? One that people probably still talk about.
Uh, honestly, they And then they say the Cat Mob joint was crazy, man. I don't remember it, but a lot of people tell me that joint was a crazy joint that I did. But I don't even like honestly, I don't
what
even
game?
remember it.
Where was it at? Like what
It was
happened? Like
out right
where?
off 33rd and Diamond. I mean, you
Okay.
know, everybody had their neighborhood teams. It was the playoffs, I think, at the time, and we was going at it. They had him, Sean Colson. I mean, they had a good team. Miami Hurricanes. And we was just young boys. Me, Flip, a couple of the neighborhood guys from the neighborhood, and we was going at them.
No doubt,
That's
no
when they
doubt.
that's when they used to say, Flip took the throne from Sad that summer.
Wow, that's the word, huh?
Yo, yeah.
Favorite NBA player growing up?
Uh, I had a few. I liked it Barkley,
Mm-hmm.
Reggie Miller, Hershey Hawkins. Uh, that's too many. It's too many to names. I ain't never had a favorite. Ray Allen was most likely. If you say Ray Allen, Allen Houston, those are the guys I really enjoy watching play.
Yeah,
Guys like that.
got you. Lastly, Flip Murray, was your right hand, especially at Mansion, all kind of stuff. What's one of your favorite Flip Murray moments? Something that you seen him do where in your mind, that's your man, but in your mind you was like, man, my man is a bad guy,
Look,
man.
man, that boy had PlayStation moves. Like he was crafty, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Getting to that bucket, it wasn't no stopping. I remember, it was a lot of games though, but the game I remember the most is when he came back and we played against Alany, and they had the big boy Guzman. He came down, dunked on him twice. Third John Guzman just went on and moved out the way. But man, I seen him like when I ain't even starting, he was the sixth man. He always gave our work, even when we played out 33rd.
No doubt. Hey, can you hear me? Your screen froze on me, Buzz. Got some technical difficulties.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
can
sorry.
you hear me clear? Because your
Yeah,
reception is
I can hear
low.
you clearly. Can you hear me?
You can see we good?
Yeah, I can see you. You good?
All right. Hey, so let's get right to the story, man. If you can, man, just take us, to the very beginning of the Buzzy Forney story, man. Just let us know, where the story begins. We'll start there.
Well, honestly, man, I really never. Baseball was my first thing. Like I played baseball. If a lot of people that know me from like Diamond Street growing up, baseball was my thing because that was the only thing like we could do. The older guys had always took over the courts at Moreland, so you couldn't really play. But um, I don't know. I think I really just started in middle school. It kicked off in middle school for me in seventh grade. They wanted me to play in sixth grade. I ain't really like ball, so I ain't want to play in sixth grade. Then I met my coach Sumter and a couple other friends. And then after seventh grade, man, it just took off. I loved it. One of my good friends, Craig, that he introduced me to 33rd, introduced me to Andy, Mark Starling. Started playing for him, playing against Jarrett's and the Lamar Plumbers, and I wanted to compete. I used to hear about them, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger, and hear the stories. Rez used to always tell me the stories about when he played against Jason Kidd and show me the tapes, and you know what I mean, tell me how much work you had to put in, and that's when I was like, man, I used to love basketball. Honestly, I really loved it.
Yeah. And when you talk about the work you had to put in, like nowadays, parents, they get their kids set up with the trainers, they got the cone drills and this and that. Like, how was your development, back
See,
then? How
my
did you get
development
nice?
was, everybody tell you, I used to go right up there in Moreland out in the back. And just do my thing, or I would watch. You know what I mean? Watch the older players, and then I would try to practice those moves myself. You know what I mean? But I think that's there's too many drills because basketball ain't a drill game. It's a reaction, and you know what I'm saying? All them drills is like you're a robot out there. So I'm not really heavy on drills, but I know that the repetitions and all that kind of stuff do work.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean?
I know that's right. Describe your game. You know, for anybody who never saw you play. Shout out to Lackey. You got Lackey in the building.
Lack, what's up, Lack?
Yes, sir. Describe your game. You know, what were some of your strengths? What are some of the things you did well on the court?
I just think I knew how to put the ball in the basket. Like just like I said, growing up, that was all that mattered when we was playing pickup, scoring, and winning the game, staying on the game. So I think my game was just a mix of I could shoot, I could always shoot, and then if you wasn't going for the shoot, that was the way to get you with the cross. You know what I'm saying? The hesitation. Because you're going to respect the shot after you see me come down, make 3, 4, 5 and roll in your face. So you're going to respect it. And then when I do, you think I'm coming down. That's when the hezzy came. And then you went for it. And that's all that happened.
No, that's what's up.
Just that quick.
Like your style, like was there somebody like you know, like Marcus Green, like he would tell me, yo, I pattern my game at the buzz. Was there somebody like, did you just come into your style? Like Lackey said, like herky jerky. Like, did you just come into your style?
That's what I'm saying. I think from just I wasn't super fast. You know what I mean? I was never somebody super quick. So I think the herky jerky was kind of my thing, because you never know what I was going to do as far as like what move I'm make. Because I can come down and might up fake you and still shoot a jump shot, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, the herky jerky definitely helped me in the hesitation. I be having people be like, yo, teach my son the hezzy move. and it was just a reaction though. Like I never really practiced how to crossover or none of that. Like that was just something like I guess everybody in Strawberry Mansion just that just clicked for us, because even the students was doing it, and Jim, everybody like
that was like, just your trademark.
And that's like, man, yeah. That was our trademark. And I want to say we had the best fans. Shout out to Strawberry Mansion. We had the best fans in the city in the 90s, and y'all knew it.
No doubt.
Songs, all the songs they made, running on the court. They know. They know. The referees stopping the game. They know.
Yo, I think Flip was telling me about, if I'm not mistaken, Flip was telling me about the songs and just different things y'all had. I think Flip said the same thing, man.
They would make a song, a rap, Biggie songs would come out, and whoever flipped them used to flip them, and they would work. They'd be like, yo, how do you make that song up? And it would work, and it was crazy, like, and it was everywhere. It wasn't just like in Mansion. We would go up Woodya, and it was everywhere. The love was everywhere, man. That's what I appreciated the most, that the people appreciated me, man, and like me, because people ain't had to like my game. They could have been, you know, territorial. I don't mess with him because he from over here. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I got love from everybody, man. That's one thing I always appreciated.
That's what's up, man. So take me back, man. What I love to hear about is those summer league memories. We're gonna talk about high school and all that, but tell me about some of your most memorable summer league games. You know, whether it's like Sunny Hill or 33rd Diamond, 16th Street, Susquehanna. Like, tell me about some memories, man, of your summer league days.
I got one memory when I first, like I said, I first started. I never really knew about Sunny Hill. I never really knew about none of this stuff. Like I was a late bloomer. That's why I really never played for Sunny Hill teams, but I did play in the leagues. But yeah, that was my first taste. That's when I first started knowing about the rankings and who was number one. Zachy Smith from FLC was on my team. Will Chavis was on my team. Cameron Milton. We had a nice team full of guards. And they was all known. They was all popular. I was the new guy fresh on the scene. And then we played forgot the team. But John Phillips, make a long story short, we played John Phillips in them. And he was all, you know, he was ready. Like they were saying, like he was number one, I think, like sophomore or junior at the time in the country.
And what league was this? What summer league was this?
This was Future League. This was down Sunny Hill.
Okay, gotcha.
In the Future season, ninth and 10th. They had, you know, 9th and 10th, and they had high school, 11th and 12th. This was then. He beefing, yeah, we about to bust your ass. I'm the number one player in the country. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I ain't never really do a whole lot of riff-rapping. So I'm like, all right, see after this game.
No doubt.
After the game, you know, everything changed. You know what I'm saying? That fast. Boom. He ain't have his best game. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? And I had one of my best games that game. So I just started moving up in the rankings, man. I honestly I can't really remember a lot of games. It's been that long, like you know what I mean.
Like it's I know some stuff is kind of like a blur.
Yeah, like one like Chips Up Woody. I remember playing up Woody.
Did you
But
play you played down 16th Street?
played down 16th Street for years.
Like
Went to the
what teams was you on down there?
played for Diamond Street. That was the only
Okay.
team I played for down there. Was Diamond Street down 16th Street.
Who were some of your
Um,
teammates down there?
Reds, Brian Samuels, Norris Stewart was on the team. Mike Blunt, if Lack still watching, Lack was on the team. Big Al. We had a lot of guys. We had, the neighborhood guys that, I grew up watching. Like I said, that's who I grew up watching. I grew up watching them, so it was a pleasure for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who if you remember, do you remember any big game down 16th Street or a team y'all went up against where it was crazy? I mean, fans, people running on the court, like just some crazy game, you think?
Uh,
I know it's just like a blur sometimes.
down 16th Street it wasn't really my twist. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't really, I just couldn't get off like I got off at other spots. Like, you know what I mean? I would have good games and, you know what I mean? But I don't never really think I had it to where as though like when I played up Hank Gabbers or 33rd where it was like, I'm unstoppable. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, like you played down 33rd and Diamond in that league as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So anything you remember from down there getting off on?
Oh yeah, that's when I told you about my best highlight that was against Cat Mobley.
Oh, the Cat Mobley joint,
night.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's when Sad Eye used to play Hot Rod. They was like the top team. What was the name of? I forget the name of Sad and them. Toss it up. Rough King. When I had a chance to go against them, and I was a young boy. They didn't even know me, but I was learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was my experience. That's what I said. I always played against the older guys, and I was just learning as we was going on.
No doubt. So tell me about Mansion. What that was it was always playing for you to go to Mansion? Like that was the setup for you?
Actually, I was going to go to Ben Franklin, believe it or not.
Wow.
But my sister at the time went there, and she ain't want her little brother tagging along, so I couldn't go there. So that was that. And I transferred actually out of Mansion. If a lot of people don't remember, for like a month, I ended up going to Gratz.
Oh,
yeah, I went to Gratz for like a month, but it wasn't. I ain't like the scenery, and it was too many people from neighborhood going there, and I wasn't going to class. So first report card wasn't right. Mom said you gotta go. You doing better at Mansion, so we're back at Mansion.
And what was you and Flip in the same grade?
He was a grade ahead of me. He transferred over. He transferred over from Alany.
Okay, so Flip was at Alany first.
Yeah.
And then came over. And then when did y'all link up together at Mansion?
That's when I came, because I was 9th grade. He was 10th grade. I had left for a month, so 9th grade. We linked up in 9th grade. I had got back on the team, begged the coach, wrote him a long letter and all about because I felt like damn, I was supposed to come up. That was like I'll come up Mansion Middle School. If you play Mansion Middle School ball, you had to go play high school.
Exactly.
And I felt why not? Like, why go to Gratz? Even though I understood, well, I didn't understand at the time about that school was like a major school at the time, and you know what I mean? Mansion was my thing though. I ain't care about that. I wanted to play for Mansion. I wanted to represent Mansion. And that's why I went there.
No doubt. So take me through your high school career. Just any way you want to break it down. Some of your most memorable experiences. Rival games, big games y'all played. Anything you remember from high school?
I just remember we blew everybody out. We only lost to a few teams, man, and they know. And they know who we lost to. It was only a couple teams that beat me. Gratz, they was our nemesis. We always pretty much lost to them in big games.
And who was on the Gratz team then? Was that
Marv? They had Jared, Marv. They was loaded. They was loaded that year. 9-6, 9-7, 9-8. 9-8 was kind of. I thought we was going. I thought I thought we was gonna do good, but South Philly kicked us out. I don't like South Philly to this day.
And who does South Philly have then?
I don't even remember them. I don't even remember some dude named Glenn, cause I was actually looking at like some old photos and shit. Excuse my language. I'm sorry
No,
about
you
that.
good?
I was actually looking at some old and his name was Aki Glenn. I was just reading like you know the Tess Larry write up, but I don't really know if they wasn't like it guys. I don't really know you like.
Hey, I'm not sure if you can hear me. The connection broke. The connection broke down again. Hey, let me know if you can hear me. I can't hear you at all.
Len Greer, shout out to Len Greer, man. That was one guy who I always used to look up to. I know I got off subject, but that's what I was saying
No,
before
you
we got
good?
cut off. Len Greer, man, that boy was good since ninth grade, man. I used to be like, this boy is legitly that good. I couldn't believe how somebody could be that good, man.
Mm-hmm. So
I used to,
I had cut out for a second. So y'all played y'all mentioned y'all played against Lindgren and y'all played against ENS.
yeah, Len tell you we blew them out. I had like 20. Flip had like 20. There was no. I mean, Len had like 30. It was all from the line though. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, we tightened him up in there. He couldn't that many teams come in that joint and get no wins in Mansion, man. Even it was a intimidation factor, and they knew we was gonna blow them out. They knew the crowd was going to intimidate them, and they was gonna get blown out. So it was either way. You know what I mean? And, no, I
yeah,
remember one of the best games I played in was actually at U City when they had the bull Bam, Westcott, and all them. That game was major. Our whole fan base used to come, and that's why I used to love. Like our shit was like college, bro. Like we had the whole hood everywhere we went. Like come to the games. We felt like we was home.
that's what's up.
Only games that was the big games and we got out coached. To be honest, in a lot of games we just got out coached when we lost the grass. It wasn't like they was better than us because hand for hand, we was way better than them. But they was out coached. They was I mean more disciplined, and you know all that shit played that I ain't think about now that you don't rationalize now. They knew then, or the
Yeah,
coach knew. You know what I mean? That's why they was over top of a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And you earlier you mentioned something that stuck out to you that Flip did when he dunked you when he dunked on the ball twice and third time when he walked out the way. But what about yourself? What's one of your highlights that like if I had Flip here right now and I asked him, yo, what's one of your most memorable buzzy highlights or a game or something like that? What do you think he'd say?
Honestly, we had a lot of we had a lot of good games. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It was like UNLV back in the day. I get him on the break, him throw that shit up there, he coming, he dunking. Tyree Jones, same thing. We had special out of bounds plays where they just can dunk. Like it was really like it was crazy. I can't even remember. I remember a lot of games though where he crossing, come slice down the middle and dunking. I'm like he was already doing NBA moves in high school. Like our intramural games, not to mention
Uh-huh.
intramural. This was not even. It was like a public league game. Our intramural games was better than some of these people public league games, man. How people from other schools used to come watch our intramural games. That's how I met Shub from South Philly. Ended up playing for Shub and all that. AAU a little bit. That's how I met a lot of people. They was coming out. They was coming to see us. We was hot. Like our
No
thing was
doubt.
popping.
Hey, Money Addicted Clothing 05 on here said the thousand
That's my
point dunk.
guy, man. That's my guy. That's T Waller.
Yeah,
You
you
know what
said
I mean?
you had a 1,000 point dunk. You dunked on your 1,000 point.
And Manson, I think I don't see they can remember better than I can.
Okay.
I used to just go out there and try my best to perform. That was my thing. Go out there, you know what I mean? My ritual was to try to have a perfect day, man. Don't litter, don't do nothing. Have a perfect day. I never really ever told nobody that, but my perfect day, and I thought having a perfect day, I was gonna have a perfect game that day. Like
No doubt.
so,
That's what's up.
yeah,
That's what's up.
man.
What's at the end of your career at Mansion? What's like as far as accomplishments or most like your career total or any accolades, awards,
Well, you
that
know,
you
I was
remember?
the first person in Mansion history. I mean, I knew I wouldn't. I mean, I was the first person to pretty much score 1,000, to go first team all public and the first to go all city. So,
Okay.
I mean, I think that was major. I mean, as far as scoring, I got 42, and there was still 6 minutes left. My coach took me out the game, and that was the only game. I put my clothes on and I walked out the gym, bro. Because I wanted to get that accomplishment of joining the 50-point club. Because I used to see it in the daily news all the time and all the players, and it was like, why couldn't I get it? He told me why I was like unsportsmanlike, and I was like, yo, how was I unsportsmanlike when everybody else doing the same thing? Like,
I know that's right.
And we was playing Gamp, and they ain't even they was allowed, and they was like they didn't even care because I thought why they was like, yeah, go ahead,
do your thing,
go ahead, you can get that 50.
Yeah.
Then I got subbed. He said, 4 minutes left. I looked like who they getting? Said, Buzz, I got you.
You talk about me?
Me? I said, oh. And then I look at my coach. He went, come on now.
Like,
oh, you know what?
Right, you all right, run it in.
I'm running in, all right, but yeah, man,
that's
was
crazy.
Like,
hey, yeah, what did you play in any camps? Like were you involved in any like the
ABCD
or any?
I went to ABCD. They'll tell you I led ABCD in scoring against Matt Barnes and them was down there. Rashard Lewis and them was down there. Quentin Richardson and all them was down there. They know me. That's what I'm saying. I don't talk a whole lot, but them niggas know all around. Chi-Town niggas. I got friends from all over that was like, yo, like one boy from Baltimore told me I reminded him of Carmelo Anthony. He knew him from high school and all that. The way I played my style. Like a lot of kids from Townsend.
Who else was there at ABC when you was getting it in?
Who else was there? I'm trying to think of the names that people can recognize. It was that 90, like that whole class. Rashard Lewis was there. You know, he was 6'10". He was good, though. I used to be like, damn, who this boy from Houston? He's shooting threes. He was tough down there. Sue Butler, rest in peace, Sue Butler, my fucking guy. We went to 2 camps together. We went to the NBA joint out in Princeton. There's my man. That's when I first started, getting my feet a little wet because they was all like top 100 and they stayed top. You know what I mean? So I start smoothing and browsing, but you know what I mean? If they can remember, they probably know. That tall, skinny kid that was hesitating just kept crossing them over the whole camp. That was a good camp, though. Chris Lang, who went to North Carolina, played on my team. He was like one of my good friends. Lost touch with him, but I played basketball with a lot of people. But like I say, man, it's been so long that I forgot. Like if I see him and be familiar, like see him on internet and stuff like that, and I know him, like.
Yeah, and I know in your era, like the internet, like the
see, all that wasn't buzzing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That wasn't popping. So
that's why, and that's how a lot of people forgot, like about, like, you know what I mean? Because now, and granted, I ain't played basketball in so long until I started playing in that alumni league the first year. So I fell back from ball. So all the little leagues, like in the neighborhoods and everything, everybody was still playing in. I ain't playing no. I was just busy doing other things, kids.
Yeah,
life shit had to come in.
So back then, like when you was balling, doing your thing, man, you amazing player. Did it ever bother you that, like, okay, so you go to the ABCD camp, you got all these known guys, these nationally ranked guys. Did it ever bother you that you weren't like that you didn't crack into those national rankings, but you were just as good as those guys, or you wasn't worried about nothing like that?
Yeah, see, I never really. I knew it was politics, and that's what kind of made me deter from the love from it, because Teddy Dupay. I played with Teddy Dupay from Florida. I played a lot, and I used to be like, I knew I was better, but I wasn't gonna be on some cocky shit. And I just used to be like, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna play. Like they gonna know, but I always knew I was better than them guys, and I held my own against them, against the pros and from my own city. I held my own. So, I used to be like, damn, why they ain't checking for me? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I don't got no regrets, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did you play Did you play up at the Donofrio in Conshohocken? Like once like seasons will be over?
I was co-MVP of that. See, a lot of people forget MVP. I got the big heavy ball trophy. I got that all in the room. And Al Harrison was there. We played against Al Harrison, Dante Jones. I'm out there milking these boys, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I think they ended up winning it though. Or yeah, they did win the Roadrunners. New Jersey Roadrunners did win the. But
Yep,
yeah,
the
I was up
Roadrunners.
there.
Yep.
They won it that year, but my picture still be up there as the co-MVP and down the field if they ain't take it down to nothing low. Cause I mean, I thought that's what they supposed to do. But I'm up in there. I was giving them gas. Charm City Classics in Baltimore. Plenty AAU. Bob Givens. Plenty Jones, I was out there giving them gas. Like I said, ABCD, I was leading the joint and scoring for like the whole week.
Wow.
Free throw percentage, 3-point percentage. But see, no, that all go on. Now that they go unknown, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
People know though. The people know.
Of course. What do you remember from up in Conshohocken? What do you remember? Any games or anybody you played against up there that you remember?
Who we played against?
And then who was on your team as well?
We had me, Zachy Smith, Big Charlie, Tuna, Pringle. We had the boy Kareem Johnson, rest in peace. I just heard he died. We ain't never really have a bunch of stars. We just had a bunch of guys who wanted to play and go get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how we used to always win. Like I said, when we went to Vegas that year, we went to the final weight and we had 8 people, man.
Yeah.
We had 8 people on the team and we made it to almost the Elite 8. And they cheated us because they wanted us out that bad. We was smoking the teams that it was big, big money involved. So them teams got to get favored. That's when I start. Now I can say that now because I understand that. But then I couldn't understand. Like, yo, the Reese Gaines's and all these dudes, Keith Bogans, DeMar Johnson, he was great. That boy DeMar Johnson from Dunbar, DC Assault. They always had good teams.
Who did y'all go out to Vegas with? What?
We went out with Sco, Education First. And Daryl Schofield, he ain't even was known for AAU. We barely got in that joint, bro. They treated us bad when we got out there because we ain't had no big time names. Like I was on no big time sponsors, and I was the only like name that, like, you know what I mean, as far as like that was majorly and from the city. Everybody else was there, but I was over all everybody else that was there from the city, really. Like I was the top guard, like at that time. So
yeah.
I mean,
who was tell me about your college recruitment and what schools was checking for you, and then what ultimately led you to you said you went to prep school first?
I had to go there to get the grades and all that up to be able to, because I ain't even take the ACT. That's what I said, is different structures. That wasn't stressed to us in Mansion at the time, like getting prepared for SCTs and this, that, and in college. Like most everybody from Mansion was going to Cheney, Lincoln. Not saying that they ain't good schools, but the talent was there, but they couldn't go further because of the academic part. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I learned. Like, you know what I mean? The academic part was different. So
So what schools, like prior to having to go to
prior
to
I was getting all the schools though. Honestly, coming out of Mansion, I was getting buckets of letters. Like, and that's how I said it started off with me seeing Flip after he went and he told me his experience from ABCD and he went that year and all that. So I'm like, damn, I want to be on that level where he at and getting all the attention. I got to be just as good, or I got to do the same thing he was doing. And like I said, I was getting recruits from everybody. Bob Gibbons came down and was talking, and he really wanted it. I mean, I had a lot of schools. Me and John Simons actually was gonna go to Miami together, but John Simons, I ain't had the grades. And the dude Leonard Hamilton, I talked to him on the phone.
Dang, that would be crazy, man.
Yeah, people just don't even know it. They was recruiting him and recruiting me at the same time.
Somebody said, Busy B24 said UCLA. Was they recruiting you?
Who remembered that? Damn, they remember Steve Lavin. Steve Lavin used to love me. He used to love me, bro. I don't even remember the coaches, but Bobby Crimmins, the dude with the white hair, I ain't never know who he was, but then I was like, yo, they used to like, well, that's Bobby Crimmins. I ain't know him, but yeah, I had a lot of coaches calling, bro, but they want you right then and there. They need you now, and you know what I mean? They ain't need me to sit and all out. So and the scholarship, that's money. So they felt like, you know what I mean, we can get somebody just as, you know what I mean, on his level, or
Yeah. So
that's qualified.
At what point did you realize oh man, I ain't gonna be able to go to school right away, or my grades wasn't right. Like, when did you
Right.
realize that? And then tell me about the prep school
I
route.
met Sco. That's when I met Daryl Schofield. He introduced me to the dude Dave Anwar, who was actually already dealing with prep schools previously because he came from Boston. So we met him. They said they had this thing going on about prep school, whereas though, they explained like how you go here, they help you get your grades. That's what a lot of kids doing now is reclassifying now. So it's kind of
Now,
like the
yeah.
same thing. So it's kind of like the same thing. I had to go there, do the little schoolwork. We played a bunch of Division twos, junior colleges, other prep schools, things
And,
like
and
that.
what and what was the name of the prep school you went to?
It was Philadelphia Christian Academy.
And where was it at? Like, where?
It was it was local. It was right here in Philly, right there in the Northeast in Torresdale. It was actually some old ran down garage that they didn't turn into a church and made into a school. So I don't know how they did that, but
Wow.
yeah, man, it was that joint was crazy, man. But I I put the effort because I could have gave up. Like, you know what I mean? And a lot of people that went to that school could tell you, like, that joint was crazy, man. But I kept pushing, man, because a lot of schools ain't want me. West Virginia actually got into the picture. But they kept telling me about loans. You don't want to take out this many loans, different schools, different prices. So Duquesne was the only school after a while was telling me, like, look, it don't matter what it take. We're gonna get you in here. You know what I mean? And they kept sticking with me, kept calling. Nobody else was calling, everybody else was falling back. It was getting late. Then finally in April, I said, man, I'm gonna go ahead to Duquesne.
Uh-huh.
All for me.
Tell me, yeah, tell us about the Duquesne experience, man, because that, and this was, just like you said, this was before like YouTube and social media. So a lot of times, like after high school, like, you going to prep school or you going to Duquesne or, like going to prep school, especially, a lot of your fans may have lost track of you, like, because they may
That's
not be able to
how
watch
it
you
all
play,
happened though, because I lost track of everything that was going on back home as far as basketball players who was upcoming, who was like,
Yeah.
I was like, yo, and that's how I got out the loop. I wasn't in the loop because I didn't know what's going on. A lot of things in the neighborhood happened, and things was different. Like a lot of leagues stopped, and you ain't see people on the regular no more. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
things happened, but yeah, Duquesne was like the only place that was there. That was and it was a culture shock because it was all different races for me. Hanging out with different races every day was different for me, and I ain't like it there honestly. And they tell you, I used to come home every day. I used to hop
Wow.
on Greyhound because I was partially ineligible
Okay.
for the first semester, so I couldn't practice. I couldn't do nothing, but I had a little schedule they put me on and all that. But I pretty much ain't had that many classes because that's what they advised me not to do. I couldn't take that many classes, so I had to be part-time. I guess I had like 2 or 3 classes, 8 credits at the time. So I had all the
Mm-hmm.
free time in the world. It was
Yeah.
boring. You know what I mean? I ain't really know how to connect with other people outside of my friends, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it took me a little minute. I would go home. My freshman, I went home. Even when I played ball, any chance I got to go home, I was going, whether it was for a day. Like, we'd get a break, Christmas break, we there practicing. Everybody else home, we there. As soon as they give
Yeah.
us 2 days, I'm right home for 2 days. They're like, you going home for 2 days? Yeah, I'm going for 2 days, bro. I can't wait to get off this Greyhound. And I used to just smell the air, man. Like, people don't say, I love Philly so much, bro. I love it here, bro. Like, I really love it. I used to couldn't wait to come here, play here. I was used to be mad I couldn't get a
Shout out to
win
young
here.
Bob. Bob said
You know
nigga
what I
used to
mean?
slide right. Bob said nigga used to slide right back to the hood.
Nah, man, he already know. He was there. He grew up with me, so you know what I mean? He know for sure. Right on the block, right on the corner. And that's, I think, what gave everybody, a wrong misconception of me. Like I was some corner boy, I was some thug
Yeah,
or something. That just was the neighborhood. That's just what I did. So,
of
you know what I
course.
mean? I wasn't they'll tell
Listen,
you anybody, look at the comments. They'll tell you I was a good guy.
and
If you ask me.
shout out because I know this well because my other guy brother Harry Allen played for Memphis.
Yo, Shiz.
But Bob said he used to
Shiz
come.
played with us. My man Shizzy 215. He was one of our big men. Couple
Uh-huh.
tournaments. You know what I mean?
Hey, Bob
He
said
was
he used to
around.
slide back to the hood with heavy gear. He used to bring that gear back to the
And
hood.
he know, and yeah, they know, cause I used to load up, and the school, they be tight with the gear, and I mean, you only get a certain amount.
Yeah,
And I found the
everybody walking
loophole.
through the hood with Duquesne shorts
Yeah, I
on.
found the loophole. Oh, the manager, one of the managers we got real cool, drinking, going out drinking. Oh, I need about 15 of these. I'm taking these home for everybody in the summer.
No, that's right.
Give them to everybody. Like, that's what I said, man. Like, I wasn't a
That's
selfish
what's up.
off of me. No, I'm
That's
shining.
what's
We
up.
all gonna shine. Like, you know
I
what
know
I
that's
mean?
right. That's what's up, man. Hey, so tell me once when did you get from the tell me when you transitioned from being ineligible and then being able to play, and then tell me how your Duquesne experience went.
Yeah, man. It went well, man. It was hard because like it wasn't they didn't win. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And coming from Mansion, you know what I mean? We win. We win no matter at all costs. We dogs. We fight. And I felt like through that whole transition, we switched coaches. The coaches who recruited me ended up getting fired. So
Oh man.
yeah, we had the #1 recruiting class in the Atlantic 10 in 1999 that year.
Okay.
And they ranked us the #1 team because we had a couple good players, but that school, I don't know, man. It was a good school. I liked the school overall. You know what I mean? That's why I stuck there. I loved it because they gave me the opportunity. You know what I mean? When they didn't, new coach came there. You know, when new coaches come, they can get rid of the players and bring their own players in. So, the other coaches, got involved and we was all cool. Like I love the Duquesne, man.
Yeah.
I'm in the history books there. So, you know what I mean? First player to ever win 6-man of the year. And, it was just different because we was losing, man. Like, we was losing. I felt like the people on my team didn't care. I was like, what's going on? Like, y'all good with getting your ass busted every night like this? Like, y'all niggas, this what's up? And I used to call people from Philly. I used to tell my coaches, get people, man, I could bring 10 niggas up here right now and we go to war. Like, and some dudes just went to school because that was at the thing. They ain't want to do nothing afterwards. But like I wanted to win. Like I ain't care about nothing else. But but then it got to the point where you got just comfortable. It was just the thing. Like but when we got the new coach, things was kind of shifting, and you could see like the program was getting better and better and better towards my last 2 years. You know what I mean? Which because they had me trying to play the point guard. When I'm known to be, I am not a point guard. You ain't recruit me on seeing me drop dimes and all that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't change my game when it's already how it is. I drop dimes if they open, but 9 times out of 10, my whole objective was, and all I knew was how to score.
Yeah.
That's all I knew how to do, man. And everybody I just knew how to score.
No doubt. That's what's up, man. Any big games you remember, or tough players you remember that may have went to the league or something like that?
We played Dave West, Xavier. They was always Jameer Nelson. They was always tough. Marvel Conner. They had Crenshaw. They had the other boy West that went to the league.
So how was that? Tell me about that, man. How
they was tough. They was ranked like number 5. They was ranked like number 5 in the nation that year. And they smacked us by a dub. So, it was just crazy because it's like, and I always thought the players we had on the team was good enough. I just didn't know how to take. I remember one time we was playing against LaSalle, and I'm talking to Sue before the game and all that. He's like, and there was one boy named Wayne Smith who was like our star player at the time. I don't know, for some reason Sue ain't liking him or whatever because they both was like, I guess, neck and neck. The dude Wayne Smith was pretty good, Canadian boy, but Sue was like, man, I'm gonna bust your man ass tonight. so I try to go tell him. So try to get him ready, like, yo, my man, they gonna bust your ass. They gonna
try to get him hyped, yeah.
But it just was like, man, but then as I got older, he was the only type that he only wanted to get his numbers, like, you know what I mean? And that's how things ended up being at that school. Guys was only worried about their numbers and
you guys trying to go for
you know what I mean. Until we got the new coach and the team system, because all the players know I could have went out there and I averaged about 8 or 9 shots a game. If you look at the stats, people be like, "Why you didn't score this much, bro?" My highest was only 22 in college. I scored that about twice, but you gotta look at the minutes. Sometimes they had me playing the point. Sometimes they had me. I was always the only player that could create my own shot.
Yeah.
So the offense was really dictated around me trying to create for other people.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes, they wasn't the best of scores, and it was hard, you know what I mean? So it was hard for me. But then when he took me off the ball, we started scoring more points. Everything went up. Like I shot 50% as a guard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's unreal. Like no guard shoot 50% from the field. I
Mm-hmm.
go show I wasn't missing out there. I wasn't out there doing no nut shit. That's what I was saying. I only was taking a few shots a game. So if I
Uh-huh.
imagine if I was taking 24 and 25 shots like I was getting when I in Manson, or I would have averaged 30. I would have been the leading scorer in the nation probably at Duquesne if they'd have dictated and let me score. I mean, I really just had to create my own. I had to create my own shit through my whole 4 years in the college.
Yeah.
It,
So Duquesne ends. So what are your plans after Duquesne? Like, tell me about
so
life after Duquesne.
yeah, so I mean, I never really even gave that no thought either though, because I always figured like basketball some kind of way was going to pan through, and I never thought about like nothing afterwards. So like
So I
after
mean, like, did you have an opportunity to try to go
I,
overseas
I
or to
went
play some pro? Or...
I went to Uruguay for a little bit, but it ain't work out. The situation was just crazy. And
Like,
I went over
was you
there.
rocking with an agent, or like was you like
I'm about
by
to tell you the
yourself?
story.
Or...
Like my senior year, I got with one agent that my one of the coaches had put me on. So you know what I mean? I ain't know. That's what I'm saying. I ain't have that mentor to give me no advice to tell me this is how it goes. Like you know what I mean? So I'm just home waiting. I'm still in shape. I'm waiting. I talk to the agent frequently. You know what I mean? Saying what's up, what's going on, what's this, that, and the third. Wasn't nothing going on. So I'm like, damn, I'm player of the year, 13. I mean, I got a nice resume. Why ain't going over there? So I call a coach from call my coach. He said, Kevin, if he ain't getting you no deal, if he can't get you no deal, then to fire him. So I'm like, how are you firing? He said they ended up faxing a letter for me to fire him. And then after I get fired, he called me saying I turned down, saying he called me saying I had a deal for over like 40 grand in Turkey. And I was just like, so he's like, I can't represent you no more, and a bunch of stuff. Had a bunch of people from back home, it's just, man, people just, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. People is people, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't
Yeah.
nobody want help person out. Nobody want put him on or nothing. So I ended up just saying, I mean, I'm done with it. It was too political for me. Oh, that's when I started losing the love, because I seen what it was really about. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it ain't about basketball really at the end of the day.
Yeah. So
I
is
don't
that
want to be playing and being unhappy, huh?
yeah? Is that when you're like you're playing like
I played a
trying to
little bit of
pursue it? Is that when
ABA. I
it started
played a
to
little
close?
ABA in Pittsburgh. Al Crocker was on the team and all that. That team folded because of funding. It was just still waiting to get overseas, still waiting, and it's just like, man, wait too long. And then the people that said they knew or whatever, said they was gonna call and try to help me out, never called me. So like I said, I guess because like Bob said, I was always coming back and being on 24th Street. So they thought that was me. I'm on the corner. I'm
Yeah.
just on the
So I
corner
mean,
because this thing.
what like help me to understand like. I mean, you're an individual where it's like, all you've ever, I'm sure, it's tons more to you, you know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
ball was, ball was one of your things. That was your love, that was
Mm-hmm.
your passion.
Mm-hmm.
So for basketball to so in your mind, for you to start seeing basketball kind of slipping away from you for the first time in your life, like, how was that for you mentally? And like, what were you going through at that time, man?
Honestly, it was just like, I ain't even care because
Okay.
like, I was done with it. Like I was done with what I did is what I did. You know what I mean? And I had to move on. Like
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to dwell. Some people can it make you go crazy, man. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But all that stuff never went to my head, man. And the people would tell you I always was the same person, never try to act better or be better or nothing. And I had kids, so once I had kids, it was like, man. I want to be there for my kids. So it's like basketball, and it was taking too long.
Yeah.
I needed to get money, feed myself, all that. You know how that goes. So I couldn't wait on that dream. You know what I'm saying? So I said I was done. I was done.
I know that's right, man. If or I don't like to use the word regrets, you know what I'm saying? Because it's you know, I believe, you know, God's plan is perfect every time, and you know, things happen for a reason.
Yeah,
What
likewise.
what when you think back over your journey, are there any things that you wish you could have changed or done differently, or had a redo if you could, or no?
Honestly, man, I had the best time playing basketball, man. I went places I like. If I didn't play basketball, I probably would have never went, man. Like other countries, I've been to almost every state. Man, basketball didn't, you know what I mean? It did a lot for me, man. It taught me how to be disciplined. I tell people to always put your kids in sports. It's gonna teach them stuff, man. It teaches you discipline, how to work as a team, how to work with others. Sport taught me a lot, so.
No doubt. Hey, real quick, I forgot to mention at the top of the hour, Instagram, I think they may only give us hour blocks of time to talk, but if it does start to count us down, I'm gonna just end this one, start a new one, and then we'll, you know, pick right up where we left off. All right.
Okay.
So we'll just continue until Instagram kicks us off, but even if not, we good. When you think back over your journey as well, man, what are some things you touched on a few just a second ago? What are some things that your basketball journey has taught you, man?
Just always, man, be humble and be yourself. You know what I mean? And I think my thing was, because I was so humble and always stayed to myself, I ain't not network more with people. You know what I mean? Build relationships. I think relationships. I think that's why that's the only thing I do regret. Like, you know what I mean? Not building relationships with other players, because it was like personal, like you ain't want to be friends with with the other teammates or nothing like that. You ain't want to be cool. I ain't want to hang out. I always want to just hang out with my homies and with the people I grew up with. I ain't really care about, you know what I mean, hanging out with some team, being cool with the kids from Alany, or hanging out with them, when knowing that's what you're supposed to do. Like, at the end of the day, even though y'all competing, at the end of the day, we brothers. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all doing the same thing, but at the end of the day, why can't we hang out? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say that's where, back when I came up, that's where a lot of not hate, but why you see, like, me and Alex Wesley, you would never seen us together, because the fans made us, you know, to the point where it's like, we can't be cool because we was in competition. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but actually, I know Alex, and he's a real cool, and he's always been a cool, good guy. Like, you know what I mean? Just like Rasul, always been a cool guy.
Uh-huh.
So,
Hey, I just want to let all our viewers know we got a nice audience. In a second, I just have like one or two more questions. I'm gonna let all the viewers, like Marv, you know, Marv O'Connor, everybody in here, start. Y'all start.
MOC.
Yeah, we got MOC in the building. Y'all start typing some
MOC.
questions.
They be hating on MOC. They couldn't do what MOC did. You know what I mean? Come on, man. I be reading these blogs. I just be reading, you know what I mean? I be like, these people don't know basketball. Marv wasn't this and that. Man, let me see you guard Marv then. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You guard him. He was good at what he did. He was efficient. I don't care what nobody say. Like, people don't know basketball, bro. They be tripping on these Jones, bro. Man, I be just tripping like, what? I said, Marv was trash?
Yeah, right.
Playing against him, man. Like, shout out to MOC, man. I see you got the store, you doing that, and I mean, you doing your thing, bro.
That's
Because
what's up.
he was there when I was going to Villanova. I went there on a visit. And he was telling me how Lapis was an asshole. Don't go there, you know what I mean? But they was on me hard, though. Like, you know what I mean? And Villanova was like one of the schools I always wanted to go to, like, coming up, just looking at basketball. Temple, I wanted to go to Temple. But Nate Blackwell, you know what I mean, my man, he got in the picture late. After he found out Duquesne, that's when he said, "Oh man, I'm about to call you on offer you." Yeah. But mind you, they offered the little dude, some boy named Richard Jefferson, bum ass boy. They offered him. We had to compete. Chaney came down, Gustine Lake. Me and him had to work out 1-on-1. Listen, I'm in there and pressing. I'm dunking and everything. I don't dunk. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Gustine dunking on the drills and all that. And I come to find out they offer him a scholarship, full scholarship. He's from California, man.
Wow.
That hurt my heart, man. I was like, dang.
Hey, just want to let our viewers know. Y'all start typing some questions. Young Bob, Mar, MOC, everybody in the building. Start typing some questions for my man Buzz. Anything y'all want to know about his history, about his life, about basketball, anything. Y'all start typing some questions. I just had one more question, Buzz, and then I'm gonna just let you interact with the people. A little Q&A real quick.
All
My
right,
last question, man. Just if you could go back in time and you know we had a time machine and you can go back to when you were like 16 and 17 and sit down with your 16, 17, 18-year-old self, like what would you say to yourself if you were sitting with 16-year-old Buzz, 17-year-old Buzz right now, what would you say to him?
man. I would tell him, man, like, I'm proud of you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You came a long way growing up where you growing up. You know what I'm saying? Came a long way. You withstood a lot of things. Like, I could have got into a lot of other things of it, and I mean, but sports was my way, the way to stay, you know, away from those things. And even the people that was into those things knew me and said, "Nah, do what you doing. This ain't for you." So that's what I mean. That's what mean the most, man. A lot of people from the neighborhoods didn't want to see me doing nothing wrong or anything like that. So shout out to everybody that you know what I mean, that seen me come up, man, and you know what I mean, that looked out for me, you know, all that, man. Because like I said, the 16-year-old Buzz he was a cool kid.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't had my first girlfriend until I was almost in the 11th grade. So I ain't even care about, I played basketball. Sports was every day. Sports, video games, and being on 20 and being around that 24th Street area. That was life for me.
That's
like,
what's up.
Around that time, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my last question, man. You know, for all the young players, you know, I'm sure there's some young some high school players watching this right now that are definitely enjoying your story and your journey. Talk to the kids right now. Talk to the youth. Give them some advice. What advice would you have for a young player?
Hey, man, I just, I say get away from the distractions, man. Nowadays, in this generation, it's so many distractions. Back then when I played, wasn't no distractions, man. Don't be scared to network, man. It ain't always about going to Georgia or UCLA, man. You put that work in, man, things gonna turn out, man. I told Daryl Heat, Lil Heat son, man. I watched him. He ain't even like on nobody's radar, but I be seeing him play through his Instagram, and he was just one kid that told me like he was inspired and he looked up to coming up. Because I used to play against his pop. Like, he is a legend, like, you know what I mean? From Divers and all that. Like, I played with Derek Gathers and against them. Like, they legends. I grew up around Derek Gathers. Like, 2 doors down from Hank Gathers and them. People don't know that I grew up in Diamond Street Projects. Like, Hank Gathers and them lived at 2 doors down from me. So I always had I think that's why I saw that. Like, you know what I mean? It was always, I think that was always what I was going to do, was play ball, though. But for the kids, man, get into something positive, man. There's so much positive stuff out here that they can be doing, man. Tell your friend to tell your friend. If you see your friend doing the wrong things, y'all, man, tell them that ain't cool, man. Because it's too much going on out here, man. And I really mean that, man. It's really too. These kids out here dying, man. Like it ain't nothing, man. And for what though, bro? Like, you know what I mean? It's sad, bro. It's really sad out here, man. So I'll just tell them, man, look, man, I know that it's cliche to stay in school and all that, but, man, look, find something to do, man. Find a trade, man. Go to a trade school, anything. You ain't, I mean, if you don't like school, it's outlets. There's other things that they can do. There's other programs out here that these kids can do, man. So, yeah, man.
No doubt. I appreciate that, man. Well, I'm going to get to some of these questions. People loading up the comment section with questions for you. Taj Hill Hoops wants to know, who's your favorite? Just one player. Pick one player. Who's your favorite player in the pub back in your day?
My favorite player in the pub back in my day, like I said, I have to say Len Greer. Len Greer was my favorite player in the pub. Rasheed Brockenborough. Rasheed Brockenborough was tough, man. I love the Brockenborough game, man. I forget the boy name, man. That's a lot of guys though, but Len Greer to me stands out. I like the Marv O'Connor. So I said I used to like Marv game. I like the Jared game. There's so many people games that I like. Like Yeah, like I
No
mean,
doubt.
I don't really have like Lindgren is
Uh,
my favorite though. If you know what I'm saying.
yeah. Pretty Young Sis wants to know who is your favorite female basketball player.
My favorite Shamika Holsclaw.
Gotcha.
I ain't really into the women's sports that well, but I know a little bit. Shamika Holsclaw, she pretty good.
Uh
Uh,
huh. Bob left a comment. Young Bob, shout out to Young Bob. He said, "Forever proud of you." He
my
said, "You."
guy, man, his brother was one of my best friends. I ain't not one, but he's still my good friend. But you know, as we got older, you know, we go our separate ways. But I mean, I used to spend a night in Bob's house, man. You know, we played football. He'll tell you, ask him how good I was in football. He'll tell you.
No doubt.
I was good in football too, so it could have went either or, man. I was good in baseball. A lot of people tell I was good in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
At the POW, Officer Tyrone Crawley, he'll tell you.
Uh-huh.
His son Tyrone Crawley, the boxer, told me that for all his years that he said his pop said I was the smoothest player to ever come to that POW.
Wow.
And that meant a lot because I saw a lot of people that I watched and admired came up in that POW. You know what I mean? So for him to say that he'd been there before I even knew that POW was there. So I mean, I get a lot of those comments though from kids, man. That would mean a lot, like how I inspired them, even just from people on here. Like people used to give me the comments, random people. Like I was telling you, like I'm getting in touch with just random people who was just fans and just like my game, man. And those are the people I appreciate. Like you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Ted 30 Seconds said, was your crossover better than his?
That's Teddy Iverson. That's one of my former guards. No, that shit was, man. I think, man, Tad had kind of like the same type of joint, but Tad had a little joint, quick boom boom and pull up Jay.
Yeah.
Tad was nice, man. Like I said, Tad don't get a lot of credit, but Teddy know he was nice. The people
That's
that, you know what
I mean? Mr. Capricorn 12. Mr. Capricorn 1231 said, who got you back out of retirement to play in the Alumni League?
Oh yeah, that's my man Steve Ethan. My guy Steve. What another is like he don't even know it. He played baseball. Like see, they don't even know. I used to look up to them when I was in middle school. Steve, I2, baseball. Just watching them play sports and just they play and Steve played basketball too, and he could shoot and he could pass. I bet he don't even know I remember all that though. But yeah, like man, like those my guys, man. Like shout out to Steve, man. I appreciate the love throughout all the years, bro. You already know.
Yeah. Hey, Say Names 11 said, hooping. How did you? How was it for you? You kind of explained it, you know, like life after Duquesne. But how was it for you? They want to know how was it for you transitioning into regular life without basketball, like family life and stuff.
It was easy, man. Like, and that's my guy Sean Ames right there too. Shout out to Sean Ames from Dobbins. Tough player, never got a lot of credit either. One of the players I used to see, like, yeah, I used to like it because he used to play down. He always had that chip on his shoulder, like, yeah. And you know what I mean? Sean, tough. But yeah, it was easy. It was easy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Because you know what you gotta do at that certain time point in life. Like, you know what I mean? If basketball wasn't working, hey, that ain't putting no food on nobody's table at the end of the day. So you gotta go out and you gotta go put it on the table. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing wrong with getting a regular job though, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I don't think people think you ain't always gotta make it to the NBA or none of that. That'd have been good. Like you know what I mean? It's always been good, but you know what I mean? I never stressed that. That wasn't actually my goal though. That's why I said a lot of people don't even know. My goal was to go to college, man. Like I wanted to go to college ball. I was more of a college basketball fan than an NBA fan. You know what I mean? College gave me the chills. NBA ain't never give me the chills. Like I never had that dream they say they had. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never had that dream though. I ain't knocking nobody or nothing though. Some people might have had it, but I never had that dream. And even if I was good enough to, you know what I mean? I ain't had that dream, man. I wanted to go to college. That was my dream. And that was my goal. I wanted to go to college and play college ball.
That's what's up, man. Well, hey, I don't have any more questions unless somebody else has something that pops up on the screen. I'm gonna say my thank yous, man. I just want to let you know, I'm from Norristown. I grew up in Norristown, but on behalf of
South of Norristown, man.
yes, sir.
Like that's what I'm saying, man. Like it's a lot of balls in Norristown, man. Like and like you said, just because it's that little small part of Norristown. Like Marcus Green, come on, man. Played against Marcus Green at St. Boniface. You fucking kidding me?
That's right.
Put on the show, man. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. At 5'5", man. And I used to have to guard that, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Talk
J.R. Brimmer, they had a good team, man. You know what I mean? St. Boniface was one of the best times I had to play because the crowd made me feel like I was back at Mansion. You know what I mean? How they was just right there on the court, in your face. Like, it felt good. And I knew they was going to bring it. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, I already know Mark going to bring what he going to bring. You know what I mean? And you can't, come on, man. Come on, man. Shout out to Marcus Green, bro. I love you, bro. I saw him, man. Finally got the chance to see him at the alumni joint, man. I ain't seen him since college, but it was always love, man. Bro gonna always respect real, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
And that's how it is, yeah, man. My guy, man. I watched him literally give my guards fits. Give us love. Oh, man.
That's what's up.
Coming down, shoot that shit from half court in college. That's like, yo, this, you know what I mean? And that was the freedom I used to be like, damn, I wish I had. Because I was shooting that shit from half court in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and then they tried to change my game. Said, no, you can't shoot jumpers no more. I'm like, huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
That's
crazy. And shout out to you, man. I appreciate you reaching out, man. Even connecting with me, man. Even, you know what I mean? That was amazing, man. I definitely appreciate that, man. Because like you said, a lot of people forgot because of the internet and all that, and you know. But tell Ayo to put that. Ayo, if you listening, somebody get in contact with Ayo, tell him to get that So Ghetto tape, man. Y'all see a little footage, little high school footage of a lot of guards, man.
Speaking of footage, do you have any of your old Mansion games?
I'm still looking for games. People told me they had games, they was giving them to me, and they ain't gave them to me yet.
Oh man,
so I need
find some of that old stuff with you.
They said somebody got them, but I don't know who got them. But if I get him, I definitely want to see him. Because when I first saw the little joint on the Hoops report, that brought me goosebumps. I'm like, damn, because I ain't never really seen myself play in a while after college like that. And I was just looking like, damn, I remember them games. I remember busting Steve Blake ass. You know what I mean? I remember Drew Nichols. I remember they used to be begging me not to cross them over. Don't make me look bad out here tonight.
Hey, we having some technical difficulties, my man driving, man. But if you can hear this, man, you know, legendary stories, man. You tune in to my man Kevin Buzz Forney, man. Hopefully reception clear up so we can close out the right way, man.
You know what I mean? They know. They used to be in my ear, though. Let me off easy today, Buzz. Don't let me off easy.
That's funny. Hey, the reception's breaking up a little bit, but I want to close it out the right way. I don't want it to get cut off again. Man, I just wanted to, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
All right. Hey, just wanted to say thank you so much, man. I speak on behalf of, you know, Norristown, especially on behalf of Philadelphia, man. Thank you so much. You know, like Young Bob keeps saying it, like how proud everybody is of you, man. You're an awesome guy, man. You know, great family, man, I'm sure. Just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've given to the game, man. You're more than a success, man. You're more than a success story, man. You made it to college. You achieved your dream. You know, you're still standing, man, inspiring people, man.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, so thank you so much for your contribution. All those classic games, man. Somebody even said on there, they said Buzz had his own rap in high school. What was the rap you had?
I don't remember him.
I guess they may have made up a rap song
about you. About bass. If you move as smooth as Buzzy, or something like that. I forget the names. And Flip name was in it. You know, our team. They mentioned, you know, what they brought to the table. They flipped the rap song into it. That was kind of dope to me, man.
That's what's up, man.
Everybody's singing it, but yeah, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, man, for even having me on this joint, man.
Yes, sir. Yes. So thanks again, man. You know, can't thank you enough, and you know, it's pretty much is what it is. Legends Week, my man Buzzy, man. So I'm gonna have For anyone who missed this, I'm gonna upload this full interview up to YouTube, to my YouTube channel tomorrow, and I'll make sure I send you the link. And we definitely got to try, between myself, young Bob, we definitely got to try to find some of them old archives, some old Mansion games, so I can get them up on YouTube, man. So spread them out, so, bring them back to life.
Definitely, man. Definitely be a blessing if we can get some games, man. I've been hitting people up for months. I stopped because it ain't never been coming through. I'm even in a point to where it's though I'm about to try to find some ex-college teammates and ask them if they got any footage, practice tapes, or anything, because I know a lot of people had them. And like I said, I had a bunch, but at the time, Ayo was doing his little and one thing, and him and Coconut seen me around the way, and they asked me if I had tapes because they was putting together a mixtape, and I gave him like 8 tapes. He promised to give them back, but I never seen him after that.
Yeah, wow. We're going to definitely try to hunt some of them down. They definitely still out there, man. Well, hey, thanks again, man. You get home safe, man. God bless you. And thanks for joining Big Star for Legends Week, man.
Hey, man, Big Star, man. Appreciate you, man. You have a blessed night, man. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. I'll see you soon, big dog. Take care.
Man, take care. You too, man.
Yep.
Peace, brother.